Sadhguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Bhaktavijaya443. As you may remember, Niloba needed to get his daughter married, and the Lord came to help him with it. Then the purveyor of the world dined with his bhakta, and at night, while he was sitting quietly, he said to Niloba, "Tomorrow is the wedding of your daughter. In your house there is no Brahmin to fetch water. Therefore, if you keep me to do the work, I shall be able to prepare dainty foods. Just for the love of God, I will fetch water." "Very well," said Niloba, who fell at his feet. The next morning, Vanamali Krishna got up quickly and without the knowledge of anyone performed the sweeping, the sprinkling of the ground with water. In the meantime, the father of the bridegroom arrived with 500 men as his wedding party. The bridegroom was honored at the boundary of the town, and then all his party went to lodge in a house assigned to them. When God provides, nothing is lacking. Because the life of the world was the provider, there was no lack of provisions. Who will have to remain fasting under the shade of a wish tree? If the sun comes as a guest to one's house, there will be no lack of light. If the river Ganga itself sits in a pot of water, there will be no lack of water. If clouds themselves do the sprinkling of water, how can there be a dry place left? If Gajavadana, Ganapati, gives a lesson, how will the pupil remain dull? The palmist cannot find any defects in the signs of one's personal beauty when the Creator himself has created it. When Saraswati, the goddess of learning, does the writing herself, what possibility of a mistake can there be? In the same manner, since Irshikeshi, the Lord of the Heart, personally came to the wedding, how could the provisions fall short? He took the sling on his shoulders and brought water. The provisions of the Brahmin were put in with the household provisions, and thereby these increased to abundance. 500 men dined regularly, but even then, they were not lacking. Even in a hurry of other work, he quickly gave the provisions. He removed the plates after dinner without any delay and swept the yard clean. If any of the diners lacked anything, the life of the world at once served it to him. He joined his hands and requested the party of the bridegroom to dine quietly. Niloba wondered in his mind and said, "This Brahmin is a very good man." The ceremony has passed off successfully. He lets nothing be lacking. Then the loving Bhakta said, "You were very useful to me in the wedding. Kindly tell me your name." On this, the life of the world said, "Vitoba is my name. I ate to my content sweet food in your house for 4 days of the wedding." Niloba said to himself, "I am not able to repay his kindness, but I think I should cordially give him a cloth at the time of his going." Well, Sri Hari lived in his house for 5 days as a Brahmin and personally labored in the house of his bhakta. On the 6th day, after seeing the wedding party off, Niloba returned home, and Irshikeshi, the Lord of the Heart, accompanied him. In the presence of all, the Brahmin went into the meditation room and in a moment's time disappeared. Niloba said, "I will call Vitoba now." With a new gold-bordered scarf in his hand, he called to Vitoba in order to put it on him as a marriage gift and thanksgiving, but the lotus-eyed one could nowhere be seen. Sadhguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.